Let's get a little bit of something lit in order to make us feel good. Start the day off right. Something lit as in a candle. I'm sure many of you are thinking of ways that you could be lit lately in order to deal with the stress. So today we're going to be actually having a healing workshop together. On Sunday nights, I get together with anyone who wants to come, and we work together. We do a healing process together. So I decided today would be a great day in order to do a healing process with you guys. We had a wonderful group last night. I talked to a group of artists. I'm part of an artist healers group that meets every Monday night. And a lot of stuff is coming up. These are people from around the world, and we're all worried about the pandemic, and we're all worried about what's happening in the world. And it's not easy, especially if you're empathic and especially if you're more sensitive. And if you are watching these videos, you probably are. You're probably an empathic, sensitive person. And so this stuff is hard. Your skin is crawling. Your digestive system is all upset. Your head and your neck are tense. Your back hurts. You can't focus. Your brain is foggy. All of those things are true. And so let me make sure that my camera's good. Good. All of those things are true, which means that you're going to be having a hell of a time right now. It's to be expected. So let's just accept the fact that we are all stressed out. Let me show you, let me give you a workshop today, a little thing you can do where you can start to take your power back. So a little bit of quick information. Your chakras, in a second. Your chakras are actually your organs and nerve centers and glands which are in your body. They're concentrated areas of nerves and sensitivity and bundles of things. So when we talk about chakras, we're actually talking about the physicality of chakras. We're talking about the physical mass where you can find chakras in your body. And that, of course, is your root chakra, which is, on your butt. Then there's your belly, around your belly button. Then there's your diaphragm. Then there's your heart. Then there's your throat. Then there's your third eye. And then there's, the top of your head. So today what we're going to do is we're going to get in touch with those different chakras very quickly, briefly. We're going to get in touch with them. And then you're going to do a little bit of emotional healing on yourself. Now remember, we've got 3 tools. Tool number 1 is havening, where you stroke your arms 20 times. All right, that will calm your nervous system down. That will release emotions. The second tool you want to use are the TAT points. Thumb, ring finger on the inside of your eyebrows, thumbs in the middle of finger of your forehead, the other, middle fingers in the middle of your forehead, and the other hand on the back. The third one's kind of cool. The third one is if you have a visual of something you want to break free from, taxes, an angry person's face, a word, a text, anything that triggers you, I want you to put it about a foot in front of your face. I want you to point at it. I want you to hold it in your vision as you turn, and you're going to turn 3.5 times to your left, always holding it in your vision in front of you. 1. And you can go slower. Slower is better. Actually, 2. I'm just demonstrating. 3.5. And hold that vision in your mind the whole time. So anytime anything comes up in this workshop, I want you to pause, and I either want you to haven, I want you to TAT points, or I want you to do the pointy thingy. Okay? And if you do that, what it actually does is it causes a physical release of the chemicals of stress which are in your body, because it takes your nervous system from dysregulated to regulated. And then we're going to end our quick workshop with being in a place of compassion and care and love while we go through our chakras again. Okay, so remember, the rule of thumb is, when we're doing this healing workshop, is if something comes up that's negative thinking, that's emotional, that's angry, that's hurt, that's lonely, that's frustrated, that's depressed, that's a physical symptom, anything that could be stress related, we are going to get our body from the place of stress, fight, or flight back into the place of your intuitive whole self. And you're going to do that multiple times, because every time that you feel off balance, that negative thought comes in, that negative judgment, we're going to bring ourselves back to center. And you bring yourself back to center by the havening, by the TAT points, and by the pointy thing, okay? So do it often. All right, let's go. I'm going to start with sharing my screen, okay? And we're going to get some music going to play in the background, okay? And this music will help your brain stay level. We're going to be working with the gamma frequency. Okay, so that's up. We're going to share screen. All right. iTunes, yes. Allow. Oh, sorry about that. I think it'll share the music. Not sure if it will or not. Let me double check. Stop screen sharing, start screen sharing. Select window or screen. Does it give me the option? No. iTunes. Okay. Remember this decision. All right. Hopefully you can hear this, because I certainly can. Okay. Here we go. First thing I want you to do is get into a comfortable seated position, or laying position, or laying on the ground, or standing if you want. But someplace where you're going to stay awake, but you can feel relaxed and supported. Okay? I want you to stay awake, but feel relaxed and supported. The first thing you want to do is go down to where you feel grounded, which is between your, right at the bottom, right at the bottom where you connect to the ground, like at the bottom of your spine, okay? So I just want you to feel for it a little bit. I want you to feel for an energy center. I want you to feel for heat, a sensitivity, a color, a light, anything that to you kind of physically lets you hook into and connect to that part of your body. You just want to feel it for now. Just want to see if you can get in touch with it. Okay? See if you can recognize it. The color is red. You want to think about grounding. I always think about women's cycles with that color red. It's that life force. It's that connection to the earth, to Mother Earth that we have. It's where we get our strength and our power. It's where we feel connected. It's where we feel loved. Because this is our cord to the universe. This is our bottom cord to all that is, okay? So sort of feel where you got that. And I want you to move up to your belly button. Around your belly button, I want you to sort of feel the colors orange. Notice where there might be a higher level of sensitivity, or where in your mind's eye maybe there's a pulsing. Feel for a sort of felt sense of where you have attention or an awareness. That's probably those nerve bundles that you're feeling. That's considered your chakra. Okay, feel for it. Now we're going to go to your diaphragm. Yellow. It's a color yellow. A lot of emotions are stored in our diaphragm. A lot of feelings are stored in our diaphragm. In fact, our diaphragm, all of the emotions of our body go through our diaphragm, because that's kind of the holding place. Whenever you're sad or stressed or you have a memory, your diaphragm holds on to it until it's ready to be placed someplace, until it's ready to go someplace. Okay? Your diaphragm has it. Feel for that energy center. Now I want you to go up to your heart. That's green. That's love. It's actually an antenna for you. Your heart has a brain in it, and it can feel. That's a big center of your intuition. So when you're connected with your heart, you can feel connected to the rest of the world. Because energetically, you can feel the vibrations going out, and you can feel the vibrations going in. And you can see and feel and read what's going on. So just feel for that. Feel your heart. Could also be the center of your soul, the seat of your soul. Just notice where there's a warmth or a sensitivity. I want you to move up to your throat. Blue, you may have a lot of congestion there. It may be hard to feel what's really going on because so many times we shut our throats so that we can not speak, so we can be the person that we're trying to be. So just feel in your throat that blue, that sensitivity. I want you to go up to your third eye. Up to your third eye, and that's your pineal gland. That's where we get experiences of oneness with the universe. That's where we get those metaphysical connecting experiences. That's where those come from, is your pineal gland. And when you notice it and focus on it, it's in the back of your head, between the back of your throat and the back of your skull. Kind of feel in your brain for your pineal gland. And I want you to feel on the top of your head the color violet, a sensitivity maybe, a soft spot, a feeling of more awareness. And that's how you're going to kind of find the edges of that chakra. You're doing a great job. Good. So now that you've gotten in touch with your body, what I want you to do is to take this time and just be for a few moments. And if something comes up, if you feel tense, do a havening. In fact, let's do one together. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. Do you feel a little bit calmer already? It's important. See, we created a loving space, a good visual, someplace that's safe, so that you can start to let go of these emotions. So let's do some of the TAT points together. You ready? Hold them, thumb, ring finger, middle fingers, back of your head. And I'm going to talk to you. Because when we hold these TAT points, it's actually like we're talking to our subconscious. We're planting seeds of new life. So even though this feels like a chaotic time, even though it feels like there's a lot out of our control, even though our bodies feel as if they're rebelling against us and rejecting us, even though our psyche and our conscious mind feel overwhelmed by all of it, and that we just keeping on, we just keep suppressing the emotions, hoping it'll get better. This is a chance to actually release those emotions without hurting anybody, without hurting yourself, without making yourself more sick. You see, a lot of women, we take those emotions, and in order to be the person that we want to be, the woman that we want to be, we take those emotions and we push them down. The problem is women are no longer what they used to be. We're recognizing we have a voice in the world. We're recognizing we have a place in the world. And that, in fact, our leadership is important. This work that you're doing right now, this healing you're doing with yourself right now, is the work. The work is when you take enough time to love yourself so that you can come back to a place of balance. You can come back to a place of healing. Keep holding the point. So, we want you to remember how important it is to stay calm, how important it is to do things that make you feel calm, to do things that make you feel alive. You remember what that's like. It's as if a weight is lifted off of you. It's as if you can think clearly. As if you can finally see, hear, know what's going on. And that's what we're doing here when we hold these points. We're recognizing that there's a deeper part of ourselves that needs to hear, that needs to be loved, that needs to be respected. And we would take even these 15 minutes to do a brief healing on ourselves. Things get better. Things clean away. Maybe we have a shift in our body. Maybe our shoulders fall, or maybe we shake as an adrenaline release like a gazelle would after being chased by a lion. Maybe we cry because it feels good. It gets those chemicals off of our system and out of our brain. Maybe we sweat. All of these things are normal because it's your body detoxing. All those emotions of fear and anxiety, all those memories of being minimized and belittled and told you were nothing, all that fear that life was just never-ending doom and gloom. Because that's not true. When you do this work regularly, you come back to center and back to center and back to center until that becomes the new norm. Center. And reaction and feeling out of balance and out of sorts becomes the old you. And the new you is the one who feels centered and calm no matter what. So if anything came up during that, this is what I want you to do. Now we'll do our third tool. You ready? So take that visual in front of you, okay? Have that picture in front of you. Put it about a foot in front of you. And I want you to point at it. All right? Are you pointing at it? Good. I want you to turn to your left 3.5 times. Whatever thing you want to get rid of. Oh, it looks like it's not sounding the music. Ah, now I understand. Sorry. Now you should be able to hear the music. All right, take that visual and put it in front of you, about a foot. Okay, good. Good. All right, point at it, and we're going to turn to our left 3.5 times. You ready? Go. And I'll count. And notice if anything changes. Just keep it in your mind's eye as you turn around. 1. This is a fun little exercise that breaks those visual triggers. 2, it takes them away for good out of your system and off your body. Okay, good. 3.5. Halfway around again. Good. Did you notice if anything changed? Did you notice if you the picture shifted or your shoulders dropped? Good. Okay, so now that you've done that, now that you've had those 3 tools, we're going to go back to our chakras. You should have cleared out some of that stress, some of that energy. And we'll go through our chakras one more time, and this time, when we do, I want you to be in a place of loving kindness. I want you to be in a place of love for yourself. And so when you're ready, get yourself into a space of loving kindness and compassion if you can. All right? Think of something that makes you feel loved and alive and joyful. Something that makes you feel as if life matters. Remember those things. Hold that in your mind, because we're going to give that same love and energy to everything, to every chakra, which are actually our glands and our organs. We're going to boost them up. Okay, you ready? Back down to your root chakra. Feel for it again. And now let yourself be in a place of love. If you can't think of anything that makes you feel loving, if the stress and the tension is too big, then I want you to just keep repeating the word love in your head and in your mind until you start to feel it. We're going to do this with all the chakras. So feel that connection with the earth, that vibration, that warmth, that heat, that flow of information between the earth and you. You were born out of her. This is your body's information. Your body gets its information from below, from this root chakra, from this connection to something way bigger than you. It gets security. So give it love. Tend it. Let it know it's important and valuable. Now move up to your belly button. Remember, that's the color orange. Feel for that. And let yourself, just for a few moments, be in a space of loving kindness. Because when you do, and you're focusing on a certain part of your body naturally sends nervous system signals and better circulation and more nourishment. And it says, oh, we want you back. We love you. It welcomes those parts of us that we've shut down. It welcomes it back into our psyche when we feel for it and think love at the same time. So now move up to your diaphragm. Remember where all those motions go through. It's like a turnstile. Yellow. Feel for that center again, that bundle of nerves. Feel for it. And now send it, be in a place of love while you're feeling for it. It will open it. It will clear out the congestion. It will allow for something bigger to happen. It will change your breathing. It will change your digestion. Be in a place of love in your diaphragm. Now move up to your heart. Feel for it. It's the seat of your soul in many beliefs. I personally feel it more, my soul more on the right, because our heart's under our breastbone, isn't it? There's a little bit that goes to the right and a little bit that goes to the left. So you may even feel two centers in your heart. One on the right and one on the left. Focus on them both, tend them both, and be in a place of loving kindness. Think of something that makes you feel compassionate, affectionate, joyful. Something that makes you feel at peace. And pay attention and be aware. You can even put your hand on it if you like, so that we can strengthen and nourish that part of ourselves. Now I want you to go back up. Now to your throat chakra. That's the color blue. That's your speaking. That's your expression. That's your how you show up to the world. That's your thyroid. If you have thyroid problems, this is a wonderful exercise. If you have heart problems, it's a wonderful exercise. If you have breathing problems, if you have digestive problems, if you have sexual problems, all of these start healing and nourishing you by taking the stress off your system. And if anything comes up, if you feel any block, just clear it. Just clear it. It's no problem. Just clear it. It's no problem. Your throat and your thyroid regulates all sorts of stuff. Be in a place of love. Now go up to your third eye. Feel for it near the back of your head. What a wonderful gland. It gives us the feeling of oneness with the universe. Those spiritual experiences are triggered by our pineal gland. Let's strengthen that. Be in a place of love and kindness and joy. And if you have a hard time with that, put your hand someplace that reminds you of love. Mine is my heart, sometimes my gut. You can place your hands on parts of your body that help you remember love. And pay attention, feel for the edges. Be in a place of love. Give it a little adrenaline boost. Give it a little shot of vanilla caramel like you would in your latte. Extra shot of espresso. Give it that love. Okay, top of your head. Violet, color violet. Expand into that place of love. Expand into that place of joy. Feel your whole body. It encompasses you. Lets you be in a safe, loving space. Let it encompass you and breathe and grow in that space of love. This is how we heal. This is how we physically heal from our stress. This is how we physically heal from our trauma. We take this time every day to love the different parts of ourselves and to nourish it because we value who we are. If you do this exercise, if you do this workshop, 10 to 15 minutes every day, things will start to change around. You'll start to feel better because it's an emotional detoxing. And whether you do this or whether you go for a walk or whether you hug a tree or whether you go for a bath, do something that brings you back to your state of balance. And as you keep bringing yourself back to balance and back to balance and back to balance and back to balance, that becomes your new normal. That becomes your new way of being, is in a place of balance. So when you feel stressed, pause, clear the energy, clear the energy, clear the energy. Send it love, be in a place of love, and you should feel the tension start to drop off of you. It'll help you make different decisions. It'll help you have different insights, different understandings, and the stress will physically start to leave. Maybe you feel it in your skin. Maybe you feel it in your head. Maybe you feel it other places of your body. But recognize and notice the healing that happens. Because every time you go from chaos to courage, from dysregulation to regulation, from fight or flight to intuition, every time you do that, you train your body to come back to center. So if now is not a good time to watch this, watch it tonight. Rewatch the replay. For goodness sakes, start doing this over and over. And if you give yourself permission, if you get a nice little YouTube lambda brainwave or gamma brainwave to play in the background, you will start to realize you have power and control over how you feel. And your body will start to heal. And you will start to heal yourself. And you'll feel more balanced. And you'll feel more centered. And you'll make good decisions. You'll find solutions. You won't feel so hijacked. Okay? So, thank you for joining me on this workshop. I hope you watch it and appreciate it and enjoy it because it's important. This is important to do. All right? So, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to stop sharing now. And thanks for joining me. Talk to you later.